Black magic.
You got to know, got to show, it's time to roll. So just tell me what you wanna hear. Tell me what you want, so just tell me what you wanna hear.
It's almost your boy Zeus here as we start off like that. I'm not sure why it's, I've been having that issue with the mute button quite a lot lately. I don't know what's going on here. Has a mic. I can hear you, sir.
All right.
And the sir that you are hearing right over here, that's my boy, the Wellandwingnut, Steve Lambert. How's it going, buddy?
Good, man. How's it going?
I'm doing just getting along as best I can. A slowish Saturday for me, just this show today, not 3 shows like last week, just the one. So last week was absolutely insanity. This week, a lot less insanity, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Pretty tough to top Dumb and Dumber. We're already getting the people starting to chime in with their favorite fools. And you are right, Ron Corbo. Cheers, brother. Cheers to you, indeed. We do that in your honor, my friend.
That's all I have right now at Canada Dry. So,
well, it's lockdown.
right.
Mine is not. Mine is not dry, if you'll say. So this week we're talking about the biggest fools in television and in movies. And I'm sure a lot of you are going to say, Steve and myself, of course, we're your biggest fools. That's why you guys come here each and every week. But in the name of April Fool's Day, that's what we're doing this week. Also on the show this week, Jordan James is going to be by with another edition of OK Boomer. It's another visual OK Boomer. So we'll see what happens there. I'm nervous.
We did good last week.
We did not do good last week at all. I'm thinking we're not going to do good this week either because it's a lot more videos. And come
here. As my girlfriend lets the dog out of the room, so say hi, Harpo, and then say
hey, Harpo. Honk, honk. Thanks, guys. Lockdown, but it's insane out there. Yeah, man. You're right, Ron. For a lockdown, it's looking pretty busy out there. Seeing a lot of people out and about, and I mean, hey, 'tis what it is. It's the first day. It's the first day, anyways. So. But we will be talking about the best fools. We'll have Jordan James on the show tonight. Steve, you have got a 5-second spoiler-filled review of Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes.
I'm anxious to see that. I saw the movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty fun movie.
It was a really fun movie.
But we'll do a bit of a deep dive after that. And then, like I said, we have Jordan James coming in doing his OK Boomer. And I've got my I Was Today Years Old segment as well. And all of that followed by This Week in Geek News. We're going to try it with the news at the back end of the show again this week to see how that goes. You heard it was bad. Well, Ron, well, you'll have to wait and see. You'll have to wait and see. Luke says, evening, guys. Brick, Tomaland, and Anchorman. Brick, yeah. Brick killed a guy. Did he kill a guy with a trident?
I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it.
It's been a while. Oh, great movie. Well, I mean, it was a fun movie. It was a fun movie. I'll give that Will Ferrell movie a fun movie. But yeah, aside from that, that's what's going to go on. But we're going to start the show right off the bat, doing our favorite fools, if you will, folks. So while we're doing this, if any of you have any fools that you want to chime in with throughout the entire show, throw them in the comments. We'll pop them up there. If you like some of the fools that we've added or you don't think they're quite fools, let us know what you think in the comments. Just like Chad Golden here. I didn't like it much, but it wasn't as bad as Cosmic Sin with Bruce Willis. That was just terribad. I haven't seen that one yet. That's the one with him and Frank Grillo when they're in outer space. Doing Armageddon type things, I think. I don't know. It's Armageddon and Die Hard is what I'm hearing. With all that said, though, Steve, you start us off every week, buddy, with the news. You start us off with this stuff as well. Let's hear your list of your greatest fools.
Yeah, we're going to start at the top. Well, we did a weird list. We both had a really hard time narrowing our list down. So we did actually a top 6 list. And my top 6 list consists of 10 people. So why not just do a top 10? Because we don't do things like that.
We don't do anything normal here at all.
So my number 6 is someone already mentioned it. Dumb. It doesn't get much dumber than Dumb and Dumber. Harry and Lloyd.
Yeah. Like two of the absolute dumbest of the dumb.
Right.
To say the least. I mean, I can't argue that. I'm not a Jim Carrey fan or a fan of that movie. But yeah, man, they deserve to be on the list.
Pick one of them as being the bigger fool. Who would you say?
Say again?
If you had to pick one of those two as the bigger fool in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, Jim Carrey by far.
Yeah. Lloyd Christmas.
Yeah. Yes, Lloyd Christmas. Definitely not Jeff Daniels.
Number 4, another great duel played by Will Ferrell, as we mentioned before, and John C. Reilly, and that's Dale and Brendan from Step Brothers. This is just my go-to, like when I'm doing stuff, or I'm supposed to be writing stuff down for the show, or doing stuff like that. I throw Step Brothers on in the background. That's my go-to. I laugh every time.
That's you're definitely team shake and bake. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot to upload that picture. I could have put it up there from when we were at Comic-Con and you got your pictures with Team Shake and Bake. Chad Jones says Robert Benigni, I think, plays a great comic fool character. Down by Law and even slightly in Life is Beautiful, playing a fool for his son to keep him on the side of ignorance. I have to be honest, I've never watched any of his movies at all.
He definitely played a great fool that year at the Oscars, climbing over the seats.
No, Steve, he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing.
Right.
Corbo says Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
I like that. And Murdoch, the original crazy fool. Oh, you crazy fool, Murdoch.
Totally.
Oh my God. Why did I am so, like, I'm not even stoned, and I was thinking Matlock. Not Murdoch from A-Team. Not until you said BA. Sorry, go ahead with the rest of your fools.
Number 4, another duel, because I just had such a hard time separating these guys, and that's Norbert and Frank Drebin from the Naked Gun movies.
The juice is on the loose.
I mean, your opinions aside about OJ, I thought he was absolutely hilarious in those movies as
yeah, I forget what his name was in that movie, but Norbert.
Yeah.
Great character. The whole movie, Leslie Nielsen is just phenomenal in these movies, which is basically like the movie sequel to Police Squad.
Police Squad. Yeah.
Was it Police Squad that it was? Yeah.
Like that, Police Files or Police Squad, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was great to see him in a great Canuck. So
yeah, because the first one is called Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad.
That's right. That's right. I always forget about the tag at the end there.
And then 2.5 and 33.
33 and 3/4 or one. Yeah.
Whatever.
Nice beaver.
Moving on, number 3, great fool. Absolutely love the way he played this particular scene in the movie, and that was Bruce Campbell as Ash Williams.
Yeah, man. One of the best foolish characters of all time is Ash Williams, and it doesn't matter what point in his cinematic life you're at. Even at in the first movie where it's supposed to be a serious movie. He's still a fool. He's still a fool then. And then you figure when it gets to the Ash and the Army of Darkness television series, that he'd morph or would have evolved into a more educated and less foolish character, and that's not the case.
And how great was his dad, played by his name Lee Majors.
See, I missed that. That was all season 2? The end of season 2 he came in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lee Majors was great as Ash's dad.
Yeah, I need to catch up on that for sure. Great show though.
moving down the list to number 2, I had The Jerk, classic movie, Steve Martin. I mean, there's so many Steve Martin characters you could say is the fool, but The Jerk is definitely my favorite.
The Jerk is the number one fool from his. There is no bigger fool in his career and maybe in cinema than Mr. You mean to tell me I'm not going to turn black?
This pen and these scissors, but that's all.
Yeah. I love it. I still love the line where he's like, "You mean to tell me I'm not going to turn black?"
Right.
Right? Like, it's so classic. Such a great movie. Such a fool. So great. Corbo says Trailer Park Boys or Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Can't disagree with those ones, buddy. All right, what do you got for your number one?
My last one, I had a late entry because I had to tie these two guys, and I think it's proper because I think it's kind of the old school, the OG, and the new school, and that's pretty much any Jerry Lewis character because he was always playing the fool, the Nutty Professor one in particular. And I think the latest King of the Fools right now, it's got to be Sacha Baron Cohen. And I mean,
Red and Ass.
Red and Ass is number one.
Is it sad? I still haven't seen any of. I haven't seen one of the Borat movies.
What?
No, man. I've seen bits and pieces, and I've seen skits on YouTube, but like parts from the movie. But yeah.
So I need to message Jade, see if she's watched a Borat. And
Oh, jeez. Richard Pryor in See No Evil, Hear No Evil. He's not a fool in that movie, is he?
Nah.
I mean, he's blind. Are you trying to say that blind people are fools? That is very. Yeah. Luke. Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder was, well.
Yeah,
he was a tough one.
Foolish.
Yeah, they were both a little foolish, but yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time with that one. I'm not gonna lie. All right, keep giving your answers up. What do you guys think of Steve's list there? A mighty fine list, if I do say so myself. Fair enough. Sorry, guys. No, dude, we were totally joking with you. We were joking with you, bud. That movie is great.
It is.
So great. So great. All right, well, I guess it's time for my list. If y'all be ready, let me take some of these comments down there. Sorry, so it's not popping up at the same time here. Now, I had a lot of the same people you did. We grew up in the same era. Like we've known each other our entire lives. So like of course we're gonna have a lot of similarities in our likes and stuff. But I figured I'd take some stuff that I think was maybe outside of the box. Now, this first one that I'm taking here, the movie Idiocracy, I could brand this whole movie as the fools, but I'm going to give it to Mr. Wilson here for the best fool, just because he ends up, out of all the foolish people on the show, he ends up being the smartest fool.
Right.
Get everybody back on track.
To be honest, I didn't make it through this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm actually shocked that you never made it through that movie. Was it too preachy or too dumb?
I have that condition where when I start a movie, I have to see it through to the end because no matter how bad it is, I need to know how it ends. I couldn't do that one.
Yeah, dude, that's shocking to me. I'm honestly surprised, but well, here I can't disagree with this one. This isn't my pick, but I should have had this on here as my number one pick for fools. Right? I'm just saying. I don't care. I don't care, me wad. Anyways, so yeah, Jar Jar's a pretty big fool as well. I can't disagree with Luke there. Next on my list, though, you mentioned him earlier, and he plays the fool so great, and it's so weird to think that he started off as a completely serious actor, and that's Leslie Nielsen and his role in Airplane. Some of the best lines you've heard. We need to get this man to a hospital. What is it? It's a building with 4 walls and people inside of it, but that's not important right now. I would just say it's so stupid, but it's so great.
My favorite Leslie Nielsen interview was he did Conan one time, and he took out of his pocket a little fart box that he had.
He had everywhere. He had that everywhere.
And he took that thing everywhere. Never traveled without it.
Nice. Yeah, no, I love that. That was my favorite thing about him. He did that on Carson. He did that on Letterman. Everywhere. Yeah, one of the best movies for sure is Airplane. Shane, those aren't fictional characters. Shocked. Moving on. Number 3 on my list. I mean, we could have picked any of the movies for this character, but I went with The Christmas Vacation, of course. Clark Griswold, Chevy Chase, one of the best fools out there. And had it not been for these movies, we'd all probably hate Chevy Chase with a passion. But because he did the National Lampoon movies, we love Clark Griswold, and we forgive a lot of his.
When you showed me your list before the show, I was ashamed that I didn't think of him, man.
I was actually shocked when you sent it, and then I didn't want to send you mine beforehand in case you wanted to add it. No offense.
Yeah.
This one. I got him. Yeah, Chevy Chase, Clark Griswold, just a great fool when it comes to movie characters. So I absolutely adore him. And that was what my number 1, 2, 3, 4, and we've got a few here as well. Mel Brooks, oh yeah, as president in Spaceballs. You could have went him. You could have went Rick Moranis as Darth Helmet as well. There's so many dumb characters in that movie. We ain't found shit. John Candy. Wait, you're just saying John Candy blatantly? In Spaceballs or as a person or...
in Great Outdoors.
Well, he wasn't. It was his brother that was the fool.
Yeah, I guess.
Although his brother had all the money too. Dan Aykroyd. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
I would say it's due for a remake, but don't touch that shit. Don't you touch that shit. All right, so my next one up on this list, and I mean, there's a multitude of movies I could have used from Adam Sandler's filmography. But for me, my favorite fool when it comes to Adam Sandler movies is always going to be Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Get in the hole. Why would you go in the hole? You're too good for your home. I don't know what it is about Adam Sandler because you know me. I usually hate all kind of this type of humor, this stupid, idiotic type humor or fool humor. And I love the Adam Sandler movies. I don't know what it is. I think because they've always got more of a heart and family kind of feel to them, maybe. It appeals to the Disney kid in me. But, yeah, I absolutely adore Happy Gilmore, and I adore 70% of Adam Sandler movies. I'm sorry. What was it? The Ridiculous Six. And I'm sorry, the one that you liked with him and his twin sister.
Al Pacino was hilarious in that. And that was worth the price of admission alone.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, great one. Three Amigos. Great movie. I don't know. Well, they're all fools, really, for falling for it. I mean, at that rate, though, too, I'd like to throw in Space Quest or Galaxy Quest.
Another one that just came to me, too, that I'm surprised I didn't think of, and that's Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Damn, right? Me neither. Wow, I never even thought of this one, Chris. That's actually a really great answer. That should be number one probably on everyone's list, but we don't think of him. Like, we all know he's a fool, but is he a fool?
Yeah.
He has mental disability, but I don't know if he's necessarily a fool. But I do love the pick. I love that, man. I love that movie, too. It's on right now, The Three Amigos. Something's on right now. Oh, Spaceballs. Billy Madison as well. Yes, Billy Madison was great. And Billy Madison is on after it. Oh, so Happy Gilmore. Gotcha. All right. Moving on. Next on my list, this guy, especially just in this movie, these trilogy alone, he has to be on this list, and that's Zach Galifianakis in the Hangover movies. I mean, Alan is just the biggest. Wolfpack One, the lone wolf pack. I mean, just so bad. And I couldn't leave him off the list just because he is honestly that. He's what made The Hangover the first movie and why they got two sequels after that. So
I'm a big fan between two ferns.
Yeah, exactly, right. Best Christmas songs from Adam Sandler. Hanukkah songs. Maybe. I think that he's talking about. Anyways, and then for my best fool of all time, I have a three-way tie, but I don't even know if you call it a three-way tie. I'm putting up a trio up there. And how can you have a fool list without having the original fools? And that's Larry, Moe, and Curly. Oh, wise guy. We're old. Shut up. But yeah, you can't have a list of fools without having the Three Stooges.
And I'm glad you didn't have Shep or Curly Joe.
Fuck those guys. And I also didn't have the movie reboot with Canadian Will Sasso. I'm sorry, Will. You're a great idea for Curly.
We love Will Sasso.
We absolutely love Will Sasso. Great. He seems like a great human being.
Yeah.
And I mean, a funny guy and a Canadian to boot. We were saying boot, not boat. Not a boat. Anyways. And that's my list. What did you guys think of my list? Let me know. Jack Black. Jack Black can play a fool quite well.
Yeah.
My favorite Jack Black kind of fool moment is when he plays the arms dealer in The Jackal with Richard Gere and Bruce Willis.
Good movie.
Like, I mean, he's obviously brilliant when it comes to engineering weapons, but when you're keeping your hand up there and waiting for Bruce Willis to shoot it off with the 50 caliber fully automatic machine gun you just made for him, I mean, like, you're kind of a fool.
Yeah.
The best black and white. Ooh, I have to start reading Ron's comments before I put them up.
Three Stooges, I believe.
Oh, yes. Whew.
What?
Us? Ben Stiller and Zoolander. Moisture is the essence of wetness, and wetness is the essence of beauty. See, I can't because I can't do Zoolander. That's one of those movies that
That's another one I couldn't get through.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I've tried a bunch of times, but I did like Ben Stiller though. It's nothing against him because I like Night at the Museum.
Oh, yeah.
I like There's Something About Mary. It was great. His dad's great. Bob and Doug, 12 Days of Christmas. Getting a lot coming in right now. And the Three Stooges. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's it. That does it for, our fools in cinema. Now, folks, just because we're done with our list doesn't mean you have to be done with your list. If you want to keep commenting throughout the rest of the show, feel free. There's lots of show to come, folks. We have Steve's got his 5-second movie review coming up of Godzilla versus Kong. Jordan James is going to be joining us from the Jordan James Show. He's got some clips to show us. Plus, he's got some more contests for us in another edition of Okay, Boomer. And then I have I was today years old when I found that out. What's it going to be this week? I don't know. You'll find out. Maybe you knew. I did not know this. And I haven't told Steve yet, so I'm wondering. Chad says he's great in dodgeball.
Dodgeball's great.
Ben Stiller? Yeah, man. Yeah. I like Ben Stiller. I have no problem with him. It was just that movie. I don't like him as, what's the Blue Velvet or whatever the gaze is he does?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it. Well, One thing I can do, though, folks, is tell you that this show is brought to you by the fine folks over at docnet.ca, docnet, your provider for home internet and home phone. If you're looking for it anywhere in Canada, cheap ass prices, strong internet connections. I mention this every week. You guys ask me how I know that. I'm watching TV. I got Netflix playing in the background. I'm live streaming right here to you folks. My son's in the other room on his Xbox, either playing video games or watching YouTube. So, I mean, and there's no hiccups here. So that's my truest kind of proof to you that I can show to you that it's well worth the money that you're paying. And you aren't paying a lot of money either. These are very cheap prices. Folks, if you're looking for a change, and we're all looking for an ease on the wallet at this time of year, especially we're going into another fucking lockdown. So what better time to maybe, you know, move some priorities over and switch from the big bill to a little bill and get those big bill advantages and getting that big bill speed. So, you know, go give Tony a call, docnet.ca. They will connect your home to the world. That's my pitch. I don't even write these. Imagine if I wrote one of these. Blue Steel, it was the name of the gaze that he would do. Mm-hmm. And here's another one I couldn't stand. I'm sorry, I couldn't get through Blades of Glory at all. Will Ferrell and
I haven't even attempted this one because I know I'm gonna hate it. I just know. The one I just watched that I haven't seen for the longest time, I finally gave a chance and I actually really liked it, was the basketball one. I can't remember what it was called. Where you were in the team?
Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro.
I haven't watched that one, but I thought about giving it a chance only because of Woody.
When Woody Harrelson's in it, he's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be the only reason why I would give that a shot, is just because of Woody Harrelson. So yeah. Well, there we go. We've filled up the first segment of the show. There you go, folks. Out of the way. And what better time for us to brought to I think my favorite segment of the show. And it's a lot of the fans' favorite segment. And it's a little segment we like to call Steve's 5 second movie review by Steve. Yeah. Just hands. Damn it. All right. So this week, you're reviewing one of the biggest monster movies of all time. And folks, if you haven't seen it yet, the great flick. Check this out. It's Clanny Kong.
We need a little 5-second video that comes in right after that goes, "You've been clan fan."
Yeah. You need like Rick Astley coming in.
Yeah.
You've been Rick rolled. You've been clan rolled. So stupid.
If they make a giant monster movie out of that thing, that would be terrifying.
We better get credits if so. We better get credits in that. Peter Sellers' version of Inspector Clouseau, Pink Panther. Yes. Good one. The Wolf of Wall Street. Stop it, Ron. Just stop it. All right, Steve. So, in all honesty, the reason why I've got this background here today is because you are reviewing Godzilla vs. Kong. So, for the folks, if this is your first time tuning in, this is the way it happens. Is I take 5 seconds, I put it on the board just like this, and Steve gives you a movie review in that 5 seconds. This week, Steve is giving you his 5-second movie review of the movie Godzilla vs. Kong. Are you ready, sir?
I think so.
Well, if you're ready, sir, we will begin now. So I got to brush up on my sign language. Like, I basically know swear words. So what did you – and I know how to say thank you. I know how to say asshole.
So this was home, and was kind of big, and where the Kong is.
Nice. Well done, buddy. Well done. So, what did you think of the movie overall, though?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun ride. It was definitely a good capper to the Godzilla Kong verse.
Yeah. Do you think it's over?
I don't know. I think they could probably get another one. I mean, so we're talking a little bit of spoilers here now.
Yeah, some spoilers for sure.
I think they could probably get another one, just seeing how as it ended in Hollow Earth.
Right?
Yeah.
So who's the king of the monsters, though? Is it Godzilla or was it Kong?
Well, that was
Who
the
won
whole
that
thing.
fight?
It was the whole apex predator thing, right? There could be only one.
So who is it? Like, I mean, we both watched it. There was not really. I mean, Godzilla. Listen, spoilers. If you don't want to hear it, mute shit right now. Godzilla wins this fight. Goes off to fight the Mecha Godzilla. Gets his ass whooped until Kong comes and helps save him. And the two of them beat Mechazilla, and then they just part ways at the end. Who the fuck is in charge? Who's the winner?
Yeah, so we did not see Godzilla in the final scene in Hollow Earth. So maybe Godzilla is on Earth ruling there and Kong rules Hollow Earth.
Oh, maybe, yeah. One rolls up top, one.
There was the scene where he finds the big doors and his handprints fit the handprints and he pushes the doors open. He finds the axe that was like supercharged by the radiation.
Let's talk about one. Can we talk about one thing that really stuck out to me? So there's one scene where Kong throws the axe.
Right.
And Godzilla, he throws it into Godzilla, and Godzilla rips it out using his mouth because he's got little T-Rex arms, right? But then later, he grabs fucking Mech Godzilla with his arms. Him and fucking King Kong both grab Mecha Godzilla later, and he's using his little tiny fucking T-Rex arms like they're full. So to me, it was just a continuity thing. Took me out a bit, but I mean, this was still that movie anyway. So, best line that I've heard so far right here is the Highlander is the only one.
Yes.
I thought the axe was made of one of Godzilla's.
Sorry.
So I just seeing Chad's comment there. That makes sense. I thought the axe was made of one of Godzilla's scales. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. What were you about to say?
Yeah, like you said, it was just a great movie all around. The story, the action, the cast. I thought the guy who played Bernie, Brian Tyree Henry, I thought he was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, man. I was surprised. You know what? I really did enjoy this movie, honestly. I think I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, honestly, after I finished watching it. So what would you give it if you were giving it out of 10?
Yeah, I'd go so far as to give it an 8, I think. 7.5, 8 even, yeah.
Yeah, it was a solid movie.
Yeah.
Going back to when we kind of clan rolled everybody earlier, Luke Tuff had a comment. Says, every time I see Clan Shark, I think of that scene in Blazing Saddles when they're signing up to the posse. Hey, boys! Awesome. Speaking of awesome, ladies and gentlemen, joining the show right now, our former producer and host of the Jordan James Show, Discovering the Path to Success, the one and the only Mr. Jordan James. How's it going, brother?
Hey, what up, boys? How are you?
This guy,
man. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Good, man. Loving these all these titles that you guys are throwing out, reminding me of my childhood.
Hey, that's what we do because we're old. we're probably your parents' age, right? Or close to it.
Yeah, pretty close. Yep.
You're so old, Steve. So old. I'm black.
Steve,
so
loving the clean shave, man.
yeah.
Right? Every once in a while. So this doesn't even fit anymore, though, right? We're like we need the one without the beard.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like Homer Simpson. It'll be back in like a week.
Oh yeah. See, it takes me about 3 months to grow mine back.
Yeah, right. You've been working on that one for what, 20-something years now?
Something like that, yeah.
Right on. Well, Jordan, every week you come in, you join us each week, and you try to show us how old we are. with our segment
let you
OK
forget.
Boomer. Now, we were doing great in OK Boomer when it was slang.
Yeah.
We were dropping slang. I mean, Steve and I were kind of knocking the shit out of the park. I'm not going to lie. You switched shit up last week, though, and you started showing us some Gen Zers and some maybe some closer to millennial influencers.
Yeah.
And Steve and I did not fare well at all. Not at all. Now, I think we need to grade this a little bit different, though, because obviously we're not going to know all these people, but maybe we can get some points for, maybe guessing the genre of influence or whatever they are.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, even a lot of you guys got a lot of what they do, let alone maybe not their names, but you guys kind of guessed what kind of world that they're into. So that was pretty close,
Yeah, we're hype. We're hype.
Oh, you're hype. Yeah.
Luke says, hi, Jordan. Go easy on us old guys this week, eh?
Oh, I'll do my best. Hey, you guys always get me with all these actresses and actors that I don't know from the 90s and 80s. So, I mean, I got to get you back somehow.
Yeah, there's more actors from the 90s than just the cast of Friends. I'm just saying.
Really? Are you sure?
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I love her. Bro, I watch Buffy. Get out of here.
All right, so why don't we get to this? And I think the only way we can, and that is with another edition of OK Boomer.
Hold up.
Heyo.
Heyo. Hey, and he didn't even know Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and he was doing the whole
Tough guy.
tough guy. All right.
See what I mean? My turn to get you guys back.
Okay, so thankfully you numbered these for me this week, so we have them in order.
Sweet.
I don't know who any of these folks are from the quick glance.
Really?
Well, I honestly didn't look too much at them.
Okay, good.
Because I was just in a rush today. So
Right.
But Steve, are you ready for us to do this?
No.
Get ready,
Right,
Steve.
you folks at home, play along at home too. Let us know what you think and who these people are. Please help us. Now, number one. Oh,
yes.
Oh, you know what? I do know who this is.
You know who this is.
I do, Steve. You know who this is. She was famous for being on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Yep.
Outside. How about that?
Yeah, there you go. See,
She's
all right.
But she blowing up as a DJ playing Coachella every year. What's her name?
No.
What'd you say, Steve?
I have her name on the tip of my tongue.
I know. Does it start with a B?
Yeah.
BR something? I want to say Bridge. I don't know.
Close.
Danielle Bergoli.
That's her real name. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so what's her stage name?
So she goes by Bad Baby.
Right.
Yeah.
She's a
rapper, performer. Obviously. Yeah, she's big. You guys got that right. She was on the Dr. Phil show in 2016.
Yeah, Coachella. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah, she plays Coachella all the time.
She actually became the youngest rapper to ever appear in the Billboard Hot 100 with her debut single.
No shit.
Yeah. Girl Gold Necklace. There you go.
Ron got it right. Catch Me Outside.
Yeah.
How about that?
Actually, funny thing about her is that just on April Fool's Day of this year, she opened up an OnlyFans account and she earned over $1 million in just 6 hours. Yeah.
That's not cashing me outside at all. That's
cashing her outside.
Yeah, cash me outside, ma. How about that? All right. Number 2. I definitely don't know who this is here. Oh, wait.
You must.
Do we have a story about that guy later, Steve?
Probably.
Is that this guy?
Yes.
Is that Lil Nas?
It's Lil Nas X.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
News paying off.
Yeah, Lil Nas X. That's what I'm saying. Like,
no fucking clue.
Chances are you guys have a story about him, and I'll save that for later. But he known from his #1 hit, Old Town Road. Like that was the biggest running single at #1 on Billboard
the Doritos
history.
Commercial for the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Yep.
With him and Sam Elliott. You remember that one,
Yep.
Steve?
No, I don't.
The Doritos commercial where it's set in the Old West and they're like line dancing together. It was last year's not this past year, the year before.
Yeah, 2020.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah,
man.
19 weeks at #1 with Old Town Road, which is pretty
Dude.
crazy.
I'm 2 for 2.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm lit, as the kids would say.
Well, I'm excited for you guys to get into the Satan Shoes segment. So
Oh,
stick around for that one.
No idea. You have no idea.
What a guy.
All right, here we go. So number 3 here, and we got a video. We're gonna
Number
we got a
3.
comment here first. First gay black man to win a country music award too. I
Yes,
believe.
sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
No shit. Right on.
Yep.
Are commercials those times when I'm refilling my glass? Yes, they are. Definitely them. All right, number 3. So I'm going to show the picture.
Yeah.
I don't know who this is. Yeah, I
chances
have
are
no
you
clue.
won't know her unless you're on TikTok. She's a pretty big TikTok star right now.
A comment from YouTube. No, that's not right, Nathan. Steve, you have any idea who this woman is?
No.
I'll put it back up there. So, no, we don't know who she is at all. Do you want me to play the video, Jordan?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Let's play
I
the
can
video.
do it
First,
and
I'll
you can talk at the
explain
same
what she does.
time.
Okay, yeah.
With me.
Yeah, here we go. So these are her TikToks. She's a TikTok sensation, known for her sleepwalking video. She currently has 15.4 million followers on the platform.
Wow.
And that's like, this is legit. This isn't.
No,
acting.
this is legit.
Well, I've seen that.
Really? I've never seen this before. This is great.
She's wrestling with an octopus.
I've just recently started getting into TikTok, and it's bad because I wake up in the morning to go to the bathroom and then want to go back to bed, and I can't because I'm watching TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
She has a stupid name like Snooki or
Yes.
or something.
Yes. Selena Spooky Boo.
Selena Spooky Boo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's her name.
That sounds like the most racist name of all time. I'm sorry.
What? Really?
I grew up in a white city being picked on by a few few people, so that's where my head goes.
Yeah. So that's her. She's probably one of the biggest people on the platform right now. Like everybody seems to know who she is.
Seen the October
See?
video.
The octopus video?
Oh, the octopus video.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's some crazy shit right there. All
Oh
right.
yeah. You're not wrong.
So Spooky Boo Boo.
Spooky
Selena
Boo.
Spooky Boo. Yeah.
Selena Spooky Boo.
I think the funniest one, in my opinion, is when she runs outside of her house and like her boyfriend's following her with a camera, and then he taps on her shoulder. She turns around and goes, "Welcome to Chili's."
I love. Actually, I found a picture of her earlier as Spooky Boo.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think that's when she first started TikTok, before the tans became a
That was
thing.
the Halloween costume last year.
Yes, that was the spooky.
That needs to be Ryan's Halloween costume this year. Zeus, you have to dress up as that.
As Candy Shark. Oh,
Yeah.
shit, man. Jordan, so listen, we need a video made that's a Rick-rolled video of Clan Shark.
Yeah,
We need to be able to fucking do that somehow.
it can happen. I can make his mouth move. Never want to give you up.
Oh,
Never
Please, please. The fans want this. We all want it. Ron saying, yes, Clan Shark.
It won't take me that long. I actually might just do it for fun later tonight after a few more glasses of wine.
My tranquilizer gun, no way I'd put up with that all night. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Whew. Sorry. Spooky Boo and Clan Shark. What a combination.
Yeah.
All right. So we're moving
They're
on.
going on tour together before you know it.
What's that?
They'll be going on tour together before you know it.
Yeah.
So,
Who's opening up for who? That's the thing.
Well,
Yeah.
Lil Nas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Him and the blood infused shoes will be joining them.
I can't wait. All right. Oh, I'm crying here. Okay, so what are we at? Number 4?
Yeah, number 4.
Number 4. Here we go. Knocking on your door. Oh, I know who this is. This is Zach King. I've been following Zach King. I mean, he's not new. This is not a new guy. This guy's been out for years. I've been following. He's a magician, but he's not sleight of hand magician. He does like all TV based kind of magic and tricks with cameras and shit like that, or tricks with perception.
Yeah, he's a filmmaker.
Love Zach King. He's so fucking great. I've watched.
I thought you guys would know him. Yeah.
Do you know who he is at all, Steve, or no?
No, I'm not familiar with this guy.
You know what? I'm gonna pull up his stuff on YouTube here, because I follow Zach King on YouTube.
Find some of his stuff. He's been around for a while, but he's just recently gotten onto TikTok, and he's been making a huge splash on that platform as well. Yeah, that's how I found out and decided, realized who he was because of TikTok.
Yeah, man, he's one of my favorites, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Zach King, as you can see, already subscribed.
Yeah, 10.7 million followers.
Yeah, man, and like really, when he first started, he didn't have that many followers, honestly. Mm-hmm. Let's see magic tricks. I'm trying to find some old stuff. I unmuted the commercial for you.
What's up, everybody? Today I've got 3 magic tricks for you that you're going to be able to perform and show your friends using ordinary objects like a water bottle. Now, if you don't have friends, this will also help you get friends like me. Keep your eye on the bottle and keep your eye on this pen. 3, 2, boom. And if you think this is some weird wizardry, I'm going to show you how to. Let's go to the park. I'll show you 2 more tricks. Cue the drone shots.
See, these aren't even really the magic tricks that I was talking about either.
Yeah. He does like crazy digitally edited videos and make it look like he's doing magic.
Yeah, like where he's like hopping into the screen and stuff.
Yeah.
Same shape. Slide it under the top.
So let's, yeah.
Or the recent trend where it's like a pole on TikTok and you like step over the pole, but you disappear
like stuff
on the other
like
side.
this.
Right.
This is his normal type of magic that he does, Steve. And he's big on TikTok and YouTube. He was a Vine star first, though, right?
Yep. He started out on Vine with his 6-second videos. That's cool. That's him walking by?
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he's cool.
Zach King is... I'm doing good.
Yeah, you're killing it.
Good, I'm doing.
You're killing it.
Clan Shark. Whoops. Jade is going to drive to Jordan and kill him. Oh, yeah, because if you make that Clan Shark... Because I plan to make the appearance on He Said, She Said quite often as well.
Hell, I got to get her back for Catwoman. My God.
Yeah, because she hated Catwoman.
She butchered that.
Dude, you're the only person in the world that likes Catwoman.
I know. You know why? It's because of Alex Borstein, though. I'm a big Alex Borstein fan.
I like Alex Borstein, too, because from Mad TV. And
TV.
And Family Guy.
Family Guy, Kicking and Screaming, Lizzie McGuire movie. Movie. Like,
she's in that?
Yeah, she was the principal.
I didn't really watch it that much. But yeah, all right. Glenn from The Walking Dead, no. I don't know what that was in reference to. I forget. We've moved on. I forget what we were talking about. I'm sorry. Oh, he thought that Zach King was Glenn.
Really? Oh, here we go.
Okay, so this is number 5, and now I have nothing. I literally no clue. Going by this picture, I'm going to say she's an influencer of some type. Mm-hmm. I'm going to guess makeup influencer.
Yeah.
And transgender?
I don't know, but she definitely looks like a Nikki.
Like a what?
Looks like a Nikki.
Like a Nikki, right?
A white trash Nikki.
What the shit? That's literally her name.
Is it really?
It
White
is.
Nikki?
Her name's Nikki the Jagger.
Oh my God, I thought it was actually white trash, Nikki. I was like, what?
No. Not quite that far.
Steve, give me some nuts
Steve,
here. Give me some
yeah,
nuts
you got her
up here.
name up here too, Steve. Like, what is this, bro? That's crazy.
So tell us about Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki the Jagger. She's a
I was
makeup
so many
artist.
supports there.
Makeup artist, beauty blogger. She's got over 13.8 million YouTube subscribers. She was actually the person that first opened the floodgates of the secrets on the Ellen's show when she spoke up. Yeah, she spoke up about her mistreatment on the show as a guest. And she said that she was expecting it to be like Disney World, but she ended up getting Teletubbies After Dark. And that's what started all that crap on Ellen.
That's awesome. Diamond Eyes Women. No. A Kardashian. No.
No, not quite. Not tanned enough.
Nice. So wait, and then when I guessed transgender, you said yeah or no?
Yeah, so she she's a transgender, but she wasn't like parading that around until somebody threatened her. They were blackmailing her and threatened her to expose her, and then she just came out and said, "You know what? F it. This is who I am. This is what I am," and that's it.
Fuck those people. Honestly.
Yeah, like that was kind of messed up.
I've always lived with you know what? As long as you're not hurting anybody else, and yes, I realize everyone can hear me pouring my drink here. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, live your best life, man.
Yeah.
Like, do what makes you happy. As long as it's not fucking anybody else over, I don't give two shits, man. Everybody deserves to be happy, in my opinion.
Yeah. Agreed.
We got a comment here. I only just found out about Vagisil. Is that Igisil? I don't know.
I don't get it, but it sounds like it's
Steve's laughing because Steve doesn't get it either.
Funny.
He just
I don't get it, but it was funny.
I agree. I'm laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's kind of funny. All right. So yeah, did we get that one right? Like, I feel like we got that one right. You got the name right. I got the influencer. You got
She's literally a makeup influencer.
Dude, we're Team Shake and Bake.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how it does it because it's a stupid movie. I'm kidding. All right. And last but not least, number 6.
Yeah. Good luck with this one.
Okay.
That's obviously Cher.
Right. Okay, so influencer. I'm gonna say trans as well. And I wonder if that tattoo does anything to help us. I don't know. I'm kind of baffled here. It's pink hair Cher. I don't know. Maybe they're going for that. Is that a drag race winner?
That's a good guess.
I'm getting something here, Ryan.
You're getting something here, Steve? Wait.
Yeah, I'm using the force again.
What do you got, Steve?
Jeffree Plant? No. Jeffree Star?
Yeah.
Jeffree Star.
Wow.
How did you get that out? I'm just guessing your kids are there.
Is your girl in the room?
We lost Jordan for a second. What happened?
I just lost power for a second. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you good? Shit, man. And who'd you got with you, Steve?
I thought I have an accomplice.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, I knew it
too. I'm like, son of a bitch. Oh, and Luke says he meant.
There's no way he knows that.
Vajazzle. Vajazzle. He meant Vajazzle. This makes so much more sense now. He meant Vajazzle.
Oh.
And I-dazzle. Like bedazzling. I guess women vajazzle.
I've seen that done. Yeah, it's pretty.
You've seen that done?
Next week on RatG TV.
You're going to show us some really weird pictures next week. Did we lose Jordan?
I think we did.
We did. You know what I think it is, though? Remember, he said he lost power. So I'm wondering if maybe when he lost power, he lost the internet there. Steve, I know we didn't lose you. I could see your shadow moving a bit. Dick. Dick. Jordan, come back to us. We can see you. We can't hear you. Well, that was okay, Boomer. We're going to keep Jordan around. We're going to remove him from there until he's ready, until I see him flickering back to normal. We'll bring him back in for the news. But good time for our segment, my newest segment. Oh, there's Jordan back with us. There he is. Hey.
I'm back. Holy.
You're
I don't know what
back.
happened here. A huge power outage.
I know. Like everything. I like, oh my God. Like even you're even choppy here. Using the
yeah,
force.
it must have been.
But yeah, so welcome back. I don't know if you want to stick in. Ron says, damn Wi-Fi. You need to get yourself some DocNet.
Yeah.
Get yourself DocNet. Look right over Steve's shoulder. Other shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Other shoulder, too. Yeah, there you go. How's my connection?
Steve's
Can
left.
you hear me okay?
Your mic's off a little bit. Your mic sounds a little muffly.
Okay.
But we can see you. We can hear you. Ron says, yup. So.
All right, yeah.
So, Jordan, we got this new segment that's called I Was Today Years Old when I found that out. And I've got a today, I was today years old when I found that out that I'm actually kind of shocked about. And I'm surprised I didn't know because, one, I know both parties involved. I know the song involved. And I never knew that this singer sang this. Can you believe Little Richard was the lead singer and the originator of Hop On the Magic School Bus?
What?
Right? Mr. Tutti Frutti himself? Good golly, Miss Molly. Sing us, hop on the Magic School Bus. Get inside, it's a magic ride. Hop on the Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Home Alone, but yeah. Oh, my God. Like, I honestly had no clue, though. Like, I saw that today. I'm like, shut up. There's no way. But when you look back on it, I'm like, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Not your right, Steve. Thanks, Ron. Ron Corbo is correcting you. I'm just letting you know that. I always use the old possum truck when I'm in Zoom meetings. I don't know what that means. Are you for real, Ryan? I don't know what that means either. And I knew that one. It must have been my singing of the Magic School Bus, which is fantastic, obviously. Obviously on point, as the kids say. The kids don't say on point anymore. What is that? I'm on fleek. They don't even say on fleek anymore, do they?
Not really.
Yeah. Man.
Well,
Next week.
We'll link up later and talk about it.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, after we eat this meeting. I'm trying. Love Miss Frizzle. Is she a witch, though? Yes, she was.
Must be.
And it was Miss Frizzle. The voice of Miss Frizzle was Miss 9 to 5 herself, Miss Saturday Night Live, Lily Tomlin, which is great. Yeah, have you ever seen Grace and Frankie? Is that the name of the show on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of those two. She's the one that's not Jane Fonda.
Right.
And Chad, you didn't know.
I don't think that helps Jordan.
No, it doesn't. He's like, I don't know. Jane Fonda's awesome. Okay, that's all you need to know. But you know what you really do need to know is what's going on in the world of pop culture. And we do that every week with a little addition that we like to call This Week in Geek. Now, just before we get to the first news in This Week in Geek, I totally forgot. I'm a horrible host here. We have Jordan with us. Jordan, you brought a clip with us this week for the Jordan James Show. Although you're frozen yet again. So let's pull him out. Jordan will come back in. We'll drop in his trailer once he's doing a little bit better there. I've got him twice in here. There you are.
There I am. My internet switched back over from my hotspot to my actual internet. I guess the router went out, so now it's back on.
Nice. Well, here, tell us a little bit about the trailer you gave to us.
Oh, right. Yeah. So this is just a clip from one of my upcoming episodes. I'm going to be actually releasing the pilot episode this Tuesday, April 6th. So you'll be able to check the first episode of Jordan James Show. This is from the third episode with TikTok star Scott August. He's a bona fide TikTok star. He does videos from Will and Grace, a bunch of other series. So yeah, check him out.
All right.
Let's talk about TikTok. I mean, TikTok has been, obviously for you, it's been something that's been a guiding light, and it seems to be working for you. Like your recent video has gone absolute viral, currently at 3.4 million views. Dude, what was going through your mind when that was happening?
The funniest part is that, like, I didn't really even do that much. I was just laughing and reacting to somebody else's thing, and somebody commented, like, I love how this guy did absolutely nothing and got 430,000 likes, and I just commented back, it's like, yeah, I like it too.
Of course. Yeah,
Right.
it's crazy how the algorithm works, eh?
Awesome. Seems like a really nice guy too, eh?
Oh, he's great. Such down to earth dude. And he's been through a lot too. He's been through used to be like an on tour performer, so he was singing and going around the world on tour, and then he kind of went through a really dark phase in his life, and we talk about that and how he was able to kind of come back from that, and how TikTok was a force that kind of helped him get through a lot of the things that he was going through. So we get really deep in our episode, and it was a great conversation. I'm really happy to have had him on the show.
Nice. And his name was again? Luke?
Scott August.
I was so close with Luke.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's short form.
Yeah,
August.
right.
Yeah, it's a short form for Scott August, is Luke. That's how you say it in Bavarian. No.
Great dude.
All right, well, let's get to the news. There's lots of news to get to. Jordan, you don't mind sitting in and giving your thoughts on a lot of these stories?
Yeah, of course.
Now, we start off the news every week, and Steve starts us off with, he's Dr. Doom, Dr. Death, Dr. Negativity. No deaths this week
No.
Hey.
yet.
Yeah, this is a story we've been following all day since it broke about 6-7 hours ago. No new developments yet. DMX, 50 years old. There's all kinds of stuff on the internet right now. We're not really sure. We've heard that he's OD'd. I've read that he's had a heart attack. That he's in really grave condition. I've even read one article that said he was in like a vegetative state.
Right,
So,
I read that article as well.
so it's such a shame. 50 years old. You said earlier, you'd messaged me, you didn't know that he was actually an addict.
Yeah, not a
He's
clue.
struggled with drugs since he was 14 years old. His first encounter was smoking a cigarette with some friends, not knowing it was laced with crack cocaine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from 14 years old, he's dealt with this. Most recently, 2019, he canceled his tour to go into rehab. He's had 7 studio albums, been in countless movies, a lot of B stuff, but Exit Wounds, Romeo Must Die, Cradle to the Grave, some of the ones me and Ryan have seen.
Romeo Must Die is fucking dope. Like,
Yeah.
that was a great movie. I always thought, I was surprised that DMX got to take over for Ja Rule in the Fast and the Furious movies. Because I would have thought for sure they would have went with DMX, because DMX was huge. And he was doing great movies at that point. Not great movies, but he was doing great action movies.
I'm a big DMX fan, so I mean, regardless, we hope he pulls through. I saw him back in, I think it was around 99 or 2000.
Did you lose your mind?
Yeah,
Up
it
in
was,
there?
it was DMX, Method Man, Redman, and Jay-Z.
Damn. Come on.
Holy.
I saw Redman a couple times. I saw them open up for Biscuit, and I saw them open up for Eminem.
Can you imagine? Like,
Wow.
those tickets right now would go for so much money these days.
Right?
Luke says it right here. Shit, 14 and a piggy laced with crack. Poor bloke. Yeah, man. Siggy. Obviously in Britain. Luke, when we're talking about Scott earlier, he said that's funny because his nickname is Scott. See, that's why. That's why I said it. That's definitely why I said it. All right. Yeah, we all wish DMX better, man, because it's shitty to see shit like that happen to really anybody. And the older you and I get, the younger shit like 50 seems.
Right.
Like 50 still seems old to us, but 50 is now really middle age. Like people are living to 90s, 100 or whatever, right?
Mhm.
It's right there.
Yeah. Yeah, we can both see it. 5 years away. Jordan knows how what we're talking about. We hate you, Jordan. No, we
Cricket.
don't. We love you, Jordan. We hate your youth. Well, one thing we don't hate, you got the next story. And this is something that brings no hate at all.
No, Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm has been bringing it since the release of Disney Plus. We got this a few months back. All these new Star Wars stories, cartoons, Rogue Squadron being a movie that are going to be released in the next few years. We actually have some hard dates now. We all obviously know that the Mandalorian and Boba series will return in December. And then shortly after that, we're going to get, in 2022, we're going to get Obi-Wan, Andor, Rangers, and Ahsoka. And then 2023, Lando, Rogue Squadron, which, like I said, is a movie, and Acolyte, which is about the High Republic.
Yeah, which is, how are you feeling about the High Republic? Have you read anything about it, or
I've never really read any of the actual books or stories about it, but I have read about it, and it seems like a really interesting timeline. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I own the Audible book of the High Republic, and I'm having a hard time getting through it, and it's an Audible book, right? So I'm just saying, like, it's a tough one to get through, especially when you don't know the characters or anything like that, and you're starting from scratch, and it's at the beginning. I got to give it another shot, but it's a tough one because with Audible books, it's not the same as reading books, because I'll read a book right here. Audible books only when I'm in the car.
Right.
Right. So I'm concentrating on driving, all this other shit. I'm missing some of the stuff, thinking about, I'm heading to work or whatever, heading home. But it could be a great series. What are you looking forward to most on there? How about you, Jordan? Like, are you a Star Wars guy?
Yeah, not actually. I don't really watch Star Wars at all. I mean, I tried watching the first trilogy, and I didn't really get through all of it. I watched the first two, I think, and that was it. I kind of just left it at that. But I am thinking about getting into Mandalorian. Like, do you have to have known the original backstory? Do you need to see the original movies in order to watch Mandalorian?
No, but it helps.
Yes, exactly. Okay. It makes a story. It makes the experience that much better if you know the backstory. What I would suggest is if you watch the originals, you're talking the prequels, right? Or are you talking about the Luke Skywalker ones?
Yeah, like the first three from the 70s and like those ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I would do is next I would watch the Clone Wars cartoon. If you're not a Star Wars fan, because I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, or I wasn't a huge Star Wars fan, then I watched Clone Wars, and arguably, I wouldn't say I'm on the same level as Steve, but I know almost as much as Steve does. And when it comes to the extended universe, I might know a little bit more when it comes to like Clone Wars and Rebels and the Dave Filoni universe, which is what the Mandalorian is heavily based upon.
Okay.
And the Boba Fett series it's more based on the Filoni vision that he had during Clone Wars and Rebels.
Right. All right. Yeah, I'll definitely give it a shot.
Ron says, I see smoke from Ryan. Steve, you're slacking. I don't know what the smoke is. It's a cigarette, I promise. I decided to take up smoking tobacco again and really tightly rolled cigarettes.
No.
I'm kidding. I would never smoke tobacco. It's a fake cigarette, okay? Let's say that. I hope Rogue Squadron lives up to Rogue One. Such a great movie. Rogue One, to me, is still the greatest Star Wars film that's ever been made. It is depressing as fuck. It really is, though. It really is. But it's such a good movie. It's a film. Like where I always say that Captain America, the Winter Soldier is the only film that Marvel's ever made. I say the same thing about Rogue One. It's the only film in the Star Wars saga, in my opinion, because it's a masterpiece cinematography wise. The script is fucking beautiful. The acting is top notch in that movie, and to me it's the actual summit, the top when it comes to Star Wars movies. It's not my favorite Star Wars property, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to actual, performance and whatever, that's the best there is. Ron does not agree. Oh, he doesn't believe me about the cigarette. Mando is amazing. Jordan, highly recommend it. Yeah, Mando is a lot of fun.
Gotta check it out. Thanks, man.
What's that, Steve?
It's a Western.
It really is a Western.
Space Western.
But so many things are. Like, I talk about Warrior all the time. That show Warrior is a straight up Kung Fu Western. Like, that show is so fucking dope. And Jordan knows what I'm talking about because he's watched it too, but I think he froze again.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, like, did he freeze or is
like...
he just really stoned? He's not moving.
He
I was
is so
expecting to see something because I know you've watched it too. But yeah, same deal. That show is it's a Western with Kung Fu. It's so good. The smoke isn't real smoke. It's actually Jordan's like this great editing guy, and he created this effect that'll have smoke show up.
Yeah, it's an effect.
I got my pen. What's that?
They're just effects.
They're just effects. That's it. Rex and effects. Speaking of effects, how are you feeling? We talked about all these different Star Wars properties coming out. Obi-Wan announced its cast today, which is a pretty fucking dope cast, if you ask me. They're like, obviously, Ewan McGregor, we're so happy to see him come back, right? But not only that, we have, for the first time ever, we're going to have somebody else, aside from David Prowse and the last dude, be inside the Darth Vader suit. This is going to be the first time that the person that is Anakin is actually going to be inside that suit wearing the helmet, which I think is pretty cool. So we got Hayden Christensen, we got Joel Egerton coming back as Owen Lars. Moses Ingram is the girl in between Hayden Christensen and Joel Edgerton there. Doesn't say who she's playing. The lady beside her, I don't know who that is. But of course, we see at the far end there, one of my favorites from Silicon Valley and Franklin and Bash. Anyone who hasn't seen Franklin and Bash, go watch it. Trust me. Kumail Nanjiani. Colonel's coming up as well. He's in there. Adurna Varma, bottom row there. I think that's Benny Sadif.
Is that O'Shea?
And that is O'Shea Jackson, right beside Sung Kang. We all know Sung Kang from the Fast and the Furious movies. Mm-hmm. He was also in Die Hard 4, Die Another Day. This is a big cast, yo.
Wow.
And this is going to be this is going to be a great show because it's Filoni and it's Jon Favreau, and those two do Star Wars. I'm sorry, Steve, but they do Star Wars better than anyone has ever done Star Wars, including George Lucas. And I think George Lucas would even agree with that. I do. I really do. Because him and Filoni are like tight, like really tight. And you know who else I was surprised to find out is really tight with George Lucas?
Clanfish?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
What?
I thought I was about to get fished.
Buffy's husband?
Buffy's husband is really tight with, because he played, I don't know if they knew each other before Rebels, but he plays one of the Jedis in Rebels. So
yeah.
But what was your guess, Steve? What did you say? I missed it.
I thought I was going to get Clanfish.
No, damn it, no shit.
It might be.
Give him shit, Steve. Give him shit. Shut up, Ronnie. So that's it. That's Obi-Wan. You had some other Obi-Wan news, Steve.
I did. Obi-Wan, actor Ahmad Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, has said that he will not be in the upcoming Obi-Wan series, but he took to Twitter to wish the cast that had been announced the best of luck, and he can't wait to see what they have in store for everybody.
No. Stop right now. There is no way you do a quote from Ahmed Best and you don't do it in Jar Jar's voice. Say it again and say it in Jar Jar's voice. We wish them all the best. Let's hear it.
As I was going to continue, outpouring support has come in saying that we love you, Jar Jar, and we want to see you in this, Jar Jar. We love you, Ahmad Best. And he said, the outpour of love has been very, very great, and me so happy, and me loving you all.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
Bravo.
Now say it as me, Wad.
So what they do is they put the wasabi sauce in the fries.
See, that's before Jordan's time.
It's like a mix of Jar Jar and Stitch to me. That's what I'm taking from that.
Luke Tuff says, looking forward to Obi-Wan. Always wondered what he was up to in the 20 years or whatever it was. Time's tricky in Star Wars. Ooh, somebody play some Run DNC.
Oof.
It's tricky. Best news ever, no Jar Jar. Luke, you just became my favorite. Awesome. Chad Gold says, and then he walked off into the distance to never be heard from again. Ahmed Best, wasn't he hosting a show though on Disney Plus, like some kids?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Like he plays like he's the only other Jedi with a purple lightsaber, right? Doesn't he have like a Mace Windu lightsaber on that show?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Anyways, so yeah, there's that.
And now, not to jump ahead because we do have a story later on, but this is one of those situations too where an actor got so much hate for his character. And I always say this. I watched Game of Thrones and I absolutely hated Joffrey. Like I hated him. I didn't even like to look at him on screen that much. I hated him. But it made me respect the actor so much more.
Because he was so good at making you hate him. That's a testament to his acting. Exactly. The thing is with the story we're going to talk about later is people hated him before they even saw him act. As soon as they saw the first picture of him. So, but with Ahmad Best, people talk about how toxic. They're like, oh, Star Wars fans are just toxic now or whatever. And I'm like, no, dude, it's always been that way. You weren't. A lot of people weren't around. Like people that are Jordan's age that watched the Star Wars prequels when they came out. They loved them because they were kids when they came out. They didn't hear all the fucking shit and all the shade those fucking movies took. The original Anakin quit acting and because he was harassed so badly, and I think he ended up in jail or something. He had a rough life. Ahmad Best, the guy that played Jar Jar, you're talking about, didn't he attempt suicide?
I saw a video about him. Yeah,
in some dark times for a while there.
I mean, so. There was a movie about how bad those prequels were. I mean, so the toxicity of Star Wars fanboys. No, it's not, obviously. But the toxicity of Star Wars fanboys has been a long time brewing. And it feels like it's starting to bleed into all these other fandoms. Like the Snyderverse and shit like that, and everything, honestly, when you think about it. Because we're terrible. Because they were terrible. Terrible people, but not terrible actors. I like Joffrey in his last scene.
Wait, he died?
Epic.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that? Joffrey got, he got, oh, you bastard. You know what? Jordan, I need you to make me the GIF, but make it of Steve in the background holding up the sarcasm sign from Big Bang Theory.
That can happen. I can make that happen.
Now, Jordan, you know what? Why don't you're here, Steve? Do you mind? Because we're gonna piggyback, but why don't you be the bridge between our two stories here? Do you want to lead us into the Nos story?
Yeah, absolutely. Lil Nas, if you're not familiar with, He's an artist of many talents. He just had a new song come out. Montanero, "Call Me by Your Name" was the single. Video was released where you can see him giving Satan a lap dance.
Crazy.
Coincide with this, he went in with a company called Mischief, MSCMF or MSHCMF. Sorry, Mischief.
Yeah.
To collaborate on these. They were 1997 and Nike Air Maxes. They were modified. There's 2 ounces of red dye and then 1 drop of human blood in every pair. There's 666 pairs available for the ripe old price of $1,000. Actually, $1,085, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
So we're not supposed to think that's insane?
Nike wasted no time going to the courts. They have gotten a temporary injunction restraining them from selling these, saying they do not endorse this product whatsoever.
Well, no shit.
But the shoe sold out in like under a minute.
Yeah.
And they're going to be worth even that much more now.
Yeah. And the 1 drop of blood is from the Mischief employees, apparently.
Yes.
From what?
From the employees.
Yeah, the company that produced them.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
pretty crazy.
That's nuts. That's like
Those Satan shoes.
Yeah, well, man, damn. And you know about a lot about this story yourself anyways, Jordan. What's kind of like the feel that the rest of the world has?
Have you seen the video?
Oh yeah, I've seen the video. It's got like over 13 million views in the first week or something crazy like that. Yeah. But honestly, I think it's a gimmick. Like, obviously, people need to try to promote their stuff, and he had a #1 single, and he was considered the #1, or what is it that they call them, one-hit wonders for a while. So he had to try to come back, and he had to try to cling on to that 15 minutes, right? So that's what I think this is. It's a whole promotional tactic to kind of keep his song #1. And I mean, people tuned in, people watched the video because of all this.
Knowing that he was going to get the bad press from Nike, and as we all know, no press is bad press.
Yeah, they said that they're surprised, but come on, like, how surprised could you be? Like, you can't just steal Nike's shoes.
And he stole them.
Well, basically.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's selling them. They're a Nike product, and he's modified it now, selling for profit, I guess, is what the. But yeah, they're original 1997 Nike Air Maxes.
So here's the funny thing: is on that Reface app that we use. You seen it, Steve? That video was on there.
It was on there, yeah.
It's not there anymore. I'm looking for it now because I didn't download it to put on here because I was going to at first, and they're like, nah. But now I'm not. I'm looking through here, and I'm not seeing it in their lineup anymore. It was on the Pro, and it was on the main list. And it was right before we saw the junior one from Problem Child, and that's still there, but I'm not seeing Lil Nas anywhere. Because I was going to be
surprised if it hits #1. Like, if it reaches #1 on Billboard, I wouldn't be surprised after all this marketing gimmick.
Guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
This is messed up. They pulled it though. Oh, smart marketing, like Luke said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
He's the millennial Marilyn Manson. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. That guy's a douchebag on every fucking level you can think of.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to any of his fans, but come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But he's one of those people are like, oh, he's gonna get canceled culture. And I was like, no, his music got him canceled a long time ago.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me. So you know what? That kind of made me smile a little bit. You know what else made me smile was April Fool's Day, the whole topic of this. Adult Swim went that extra mile. They put out all these trailers for Adult Swim Junior coming, which was really great. And they had like posters they put up right here, like showing like Baby Boondocks and all the greats, right? But they actually put out a trailer. We're not going to play the trailer because we are not getting busted again for this shit. But they put out a trailer for Rick and Morty Babies, and it was basically the opening from Muppet Babies, and it was so great. I want to see Rick and Morty Babies now because of this.
I love Muppet Babies.
Do you watch Rick and Morty at all, Jordan?
Oh, I do. I'm all caught up.
What about you, Steve? You're not a big fan, eh?
I've seen it. It's a funny show.
Have you watched their other show, Solar Opposites?
I have, actually.
I love that show. It's the same. It's honestly the same show. It's the same show, except for
yeah. I've watched about I think 3 episodes of that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm all caught up. The second season just dropped on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, not in Canada.
Great.
Right. What else we got here? The only Marilyn Manson half decent moment was in Sons of Anarchy, in my honest opinion. I would only say that if he ended up dying in it, but he didn't, right? Like, he ended up killing Zeus, and I wanted that to be the other way around, honestly.
Oof.
Yeah, and that was nasty. Like, you just made me flash back that in my head, and I didn't want to flash back. That was a nasty right? Like, I hated Marilyn Manson in that show. That was part of the reason why I stopped watching that show. It didn't put a smile on my face. Let's just put it that way. Speaking of smiles, Steve, your next story.
Yeah, someone with a really famous smile, whether you're a sports fan or just a morning talk show fan, you got to see this guy in advertising and everything. And that's the former defensive end for the New York Giants, Super Bowl champion, Michael Strahan. Pulled a bit of an April Fool's joke on everybody when he posted this picture of him getting his gap fixed. And there was such an outcry of people going, no, Michael, don't get rid of the gap. Don't lose the gap. There was so much love for the gap, and he had no idea it was going to blow up like this and affect people. And the comments that he got back and the responses, he told everybody it was a joke, and the gap's not going anywhere. And he was really touched by all the support.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's
Love
funny.
it. Shit, I forgot about Zeus. Yeah. Zeus died hard. Yeah. Not the way we wanted to see Zeus go. Never lose the gap.
Save the gap.
Oh, geez. Come on. Look, killing us here.
Save the gap movement.
Right? Just like that. The gap was awesome. Well, the store wasn't it?
Was it though?
Was the Gap Canadian?
Not sure.
Is the Gap even still a thing?
I think so.
I do not know. You know what is a thing? This week, James Gunn dropped the newest Suicide Squad trailer. It was the Red Band trailer. They showed a lot more blood and gore, swearing, of course. I gotta tell you, I love James Gunn. The more and more I see stuff with James and his movies and just his wild take and just does not give a fuck attitude when it comes to Marvel. You want me to do a movie? Sure. I'll do one about the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm putting in who I want in there. And it's going to be the weirdest combination of characters that most people don't know. And that's the same with this one. Like, most people don't know everybody that's in this movie. You know, I'm a diehard comic book fan, and I only know like maybe a third of the roster that's in this movie.
Pete Davidson,
Starro. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a fun ride.
The trailer was really good.
Yeah, man, they definitely do. Now, you didn't care for the original, Steve. I remember we talked about that.
No, I didn't like the first one too much.
Yeah. What about you, Jordan?
No, I wasn't a really big fan. I'm just mostly excited for this movie because Pete Davidson. I'm a huge Pete fan.
Gotcha. Yeah. My kid too. I have a feeling he's gonna die like really early in the movie.
No.
We don't see him in any of the trailers. Like, I'm sorry. If I don't see you in any of the group shots, you're dead. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Unless they purposely did that and they retconned him out of, like, they just took him out of the out of the trailers, and they're giving us fake trailers. But I'm just saying, it can't be worse than the last one. Listen, I didn't hate the last one. I just hated the ending of the last one. I thought the big bad at the end was kind of dumb, and the CG fight. Come on, please, no more CG final battles. Not as a final battle. Like, give me something else. Give me an actual fight for the final battle. Practical effects, mofo. Practical. Just saying. And I want to piggyback on the next, or just on this story here. You know who's been really just loving their kind of role in the Suicide Squad right now? John Cena. John Cena he's out on the circuit doing all the talk shows and stuff.
The trailer.
You didn't see him in anything, did you? You just couldn't see him?
No.
Can't see me.
Maybe he'll die first.
No, there's no way he's dying first, because he's either gonna survive or he does die early. Well, not early, but he'll die. But he's got his own HBO series coming out. So but he's loving this so much, he's going on all these talk shows actually dressed as Peacemaker and doing his interviews. Like, that is commitment to character. But you know what? That is such a wrestling thing to do. He is committed to the gimmick 24/7, which is great. I don't know. I'm anxious to see it. His character looks so ridiculous if you've seen the trailers. I mean, if this beach was full of dicks and I had to eat all of them to protect I do that. Why would that even be a thing?
Why would you even say that, John Cena? Like, come on.
Right.
Now I regret playing as him in all the WWE games. Like,
right. That's awesome. So yeah, he's got that new series that'll be coming out too, Peacemaker series, which is we'll see how many seasons they get there, or see if they actually get renewed for one or not.
There's definitely a lot of shows getting renewed for multiple seasons, and one of those is the Big Bang spinoff that's in season 4 now, and I had no idea about that. But
yeah, like, what the fuck? Season 4?
Seasons.
And 3 more seasons.
3 more.
What? Wow.
Like, that is a huge commitment for this show. Like,
rare.
It's hard enough to tell real ratings as it is. Right. With the day and age of streaming, and let's even take streaming out of it and think about people that have DVRs that can watch it afterwards, that, you know, that doesn't get recorded. So, I mean, how did they come to, let's give this show 3 more years? Is that a Jim Parsons thing?
Yeah.
Is he like, shit, I'm not getting any work? Like,
I didn't get through all of season 1, but it really wasn't for me. So
same.
Me too.
Yeah, I tried. Luke says, poor Jai Courtney died early in Suicide Squad. Would have been nice to explore Mr. Boomerang a bit more. He's in part 2. And if you're talking about part 2, how did you see part 2 already? It's not out yet. And we do see him in quite a few of the parts of the trailer. So I do think he'll probably die in this, but I do also think he's going to last a while. Like, I think he's going to – has anyone seen The Departed? I think he's going to be like Leo DiCaprio in The Departed. We're going to think we're like, oh, shit, he made it. And then boom, he dies, sort of thing.
Great movie.
Could just be me, but that's the way I could see it going with him. Yeah, man. So that's cool. Another thing that's been picked up for a series, Sylvester Stallone is developing a Rocky prequel series. Now, they're still shopping this out. I think Amazon Prime is the lead runner in this. I mean, do we need a Rocky prequel?
No, I'm a Rocky fan. I love even the first 4 movies are all solid.
Yep. I even like the Creed movies. They were great.
The Creed, Creed movies were good. But yeah, this is really, really milking a dead cow. I
mean, better than Rambo, I guess. I would rather see a Rambo prequel.
Yeah.
That one makes more sense to me. Show me Rambo and Nam.
Yeah.
I mean, what he went through in the Cambodian camps when he was putting all those through torture and shit. You could
I
make.
really enjoyed the last 2 Rambo movies.
Yeah. I didn't honestly. I didn't watch the last one and the one before it. I shut it off pretty early.
Yeah.
You
So
know
what,
what
is he
it
gonna
was? It
play
was
a
the
young
melting gun.
Rocky?
What's that?
Oh, is he gonna play a young Rocky? Like, how's that gonna work?
No.
That's a prequel.
They'll have somebody else. They'll recast,
Okay.
or they do if they have the money and they go Disney route and they de-age him and he plays himself like they did with fucking Hank Pym, Robert Downey Jr. Like they did it with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Pfeiffer, they did it with, and they do it well. I don't know if they got that kind of money though. But I would like to see them do it with another character. They're doing the next Die Hard movie's coming out, and I love this idea because they've been toying with this story for years. Because we reported on it, like I think one of the first years RatG was out, and that's Die Hard's next movie is supposed to be a movie where John McClane dies, where Bruce Willis dies in the movie, and as he's dying, well, throughout the entire movie, it's going to be a flashback of his first year on the job and his first big case. And he's going to keep flashing back to it. And that's going to have something to do with his final case that he's going to finally die on. There was the last one in the Russian movie was supposed to be them passing the movie off to Jai Courtney. And I love Jai Courtney, but Jai Courtney kills not on purpose, but when he goes into these huge franchises, they die. What was that? That one that was, oh my God, the Divergent series.
Oh, yeah.
That, Suicide Squad, Terminator. I'm just saying, like, because remember in the Terminator, he played the young, what's his name? Reese. He was Reese.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Here we see. I haven't seen the trailers yet. Won't work. No, it won't. Is a Rocky prequel his mom trying to get him to term? Exactly. That's my point with the Rocky prequel is the original Rocky, he's just a kid anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
There was nothing like what were we seeing like him hustling on the streets? Like, I mean, I'm good. Die Hard and John Wick won't die. I would like to see that crossover.
Oof. Yeah.
Imagine John Wick is the one that takes out John McClane finally. John versus John. That is the one. The most torture we could do to these fans. How could we torture these fans? Let's put John versus John. People love torture, don't they, Steve?
Yeah, people do love torture. And another series that just won't die is the Saw series.
Oh, God.
We had Saw series, and then we had Jigsaw, and now we're getting Spiral, which is the stories of Saw or something to that effect. It takes place in the same universe. We know that Chris Rock is the driving force behind this one. We also know Samuel L. Jackson is going to be in it. This was one that was supposed to be going a while ago, but was pushed back, obviously, due to COVID. We're looking at May 14th, 2021 release date for this one now, and they just dropped a full trailer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, they did drop the full trailer. Well, they put one out before, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they just
The
put
one previous might have been a teaser trailer.
Mm. Oh shit, Steve! I forgot that one. Yeah, everybody forgot about Saw. I honestly thought it came out during the pandemic, and I thought I just thought it just bombed, in the theaters, or not in the theaters, but in home box office. That's crazy though. What I don't know. Are you a fan of Saw movies, Jordan?
Yeah, I grew up with those. So the first few were my favorite. Torben Bell, once he died, that was basically it for me. I kind of tuned out, but I still have watched a few of them here and there. But yeah, Chris Rock, I guess.
First one is definitely a classic. And then I watched the 2 and 3, I think. And then it was around 4 or 5 that I didn't watch, I think, until they were out on DVD for a while.
Yeah.
And then when I watched those, that's when you actually find out that the last couple of movies were all happening in sequence. And I really liked that. I thought it was really smart writing, and the story really got interesting after that. So I thought for going 6, 7 movies or whatever they did, I thought it was really well thought out and planned.
Now you're a big horror fan as well, though, Steve. Where did these rank for you? Like, I don't want to call these modern, but they're more newer than the horror that we grew up with. How do they compare to, you know, the old school horror that you and I grew up with that you love so much?
Yeah,
I definitely like the use of a lot more practical effects. That's something I've always lobbied for. I like that Hollywood is finally now coming back and trying to find the right mix of CGI and practical effects. I think that's definitely the way to go, because there's some things that just, you know what I mean? In the 80s, even though the movies were cheesy, practical effects were at their all-time high.
Yeah.
And were really cool to see what these guys could do. And you're still seeing it with guys like Greg Nicotero on The Walking Dead.
For sure. And I'd like to see more of that. And it seems like a lot of shows are kind of going back towards that, and a lot of movies are trying to go back towards that. The hardest part has got to be just the expense on, you know, building props, building sets, hiring puppeteers, paying for different locales and shit like that. You know, I think that's got to be tough on people, but I don't know. I prefer the practicality as well. Luke Tuff says Blumhouse is kicking ass in horrors lately.
agree with that. Yeah,
Everybody says that about Blumhouse.
yeah.
Hey, Steve, Final Fantasy next movie. I don't know. It's Ron. It's Ron.
I don't
You
know.
mean Final
Ron, we
Destination?
need more context, buddy. We need more context.
Steve, where do you think Saw jumped the shark, if anything? Like, which movie do you think is where it finally kind of started to fall off a bit?
That's the thing. I think it was, like I said, it was around the last couple that the story really started to intertwine, and you actually found out that the last couple of movies were all happening at the same time. So I found that really interesting, and it actually really kind of rekindled the like for the movies. And they definitely fall under torture porn, I think, is, you know, pretty much their category. And even though they weren't as graphic, I still say the original torture porn movies were the Hostel movies.
Turistas. Yeah, but Turista came out after Saw, didn't it? I think they all came out after Saw.
Close.
I think Saw was kind of like the thing that started them all off for the North American kind of torture porns. Because I think like Japan was doing a lot of those ahead of time.
Yeah.
We're always following Japan in entertainment, and people just don't get that. Like, Japan is setting the stage. Like, remember back in the 90s how many Japanese game shows set the way for North American game shows? What was Takeshi's Castle? Do you remember that one on Spike TV? Where it was like Wipeout before Wipeout. Right. There was a Japanese show where they had Guy Ledouche was the fucking comment.
MXT.
Yes, but it was in Japan. I think it was called Takeshi's.
That's right. I love that show. Hilarious.
Yes, Chad just said it. MXC was the best.
Hilarious.
Yeah, man. Such a good show. Such a good show. It was sad to see it wrap. But speaking of rap, see how I did that? We're going to go from the rap to the raps of Mumra. Do you know who Mumra is? Mumra is, Jordan?
I do not.
If I said Mumra, what if I said Panthro? What if I said Lion-O?
Drawing a blank here.
What if I said Snarf?
Well, that sounds more familiar.
I am talking about the 1980s classic Saturday mornings cartoon, The Thundercats. Thundercats movie is being remade by Adam Wingard, which is going to be really good. I hope. I'm really hoping. We will see what we see once it actually happens. But it's Thundercats. This is what Steve and I grew up on as youngins. And Steve and I had the toys all the time, like there was any other time. No, but yeah, you and I had those toys growing up, along with He-Man and G.I. Joe. Like, that was the height of the action figure era.
Yeah.
Now,
I know G.I. Joe.
We've never seen a live action Thundercats yet. Do you remember there was that video we shared on RatG on Ryan's All Things Geek. I think we were just All Things Geek at that point, honestly. And it was a video that someone made on YouTube, and they superimposed clips from Troy and Pitch Black and all that. And they made Brad Pitt, Lion-O, Vin Diesel was Panthro and shit like that. That's the closest we ever seen, and we've been dying for this live action one since then. And so far, no such luck. But I want to see it, and I want to see a really good cast in this. Honestly, I'm excited to see who they go with. I'm going to go with you first, Steve. What are you thinking of this?
Yeah, I think in today's day and age, a movie like this works.
Yeah? So does Luke, obviously. He'll just either that or he just like to say ho.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we all do.
Yeah, right. Power Rangers is not the movie we're talking about, and they already made
Power
a remake.
Rangers. There we go. Now we're bringing.
I like the remake of the Power Rangers. I'm not going to lie at all. Not dying for a Thundercats movie, eh? I think a Thundercats movie would be dope. Now, do you know anything about the Thundercats at all, or just that really weak remake they came out with a couple years ago? Jordan, sorry.
I mean, that's probably it as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty super weak, honestly. Wasn't great, but I think this could be a good movie. I think this could be a great martial arts movie. Like, if it's me, I'm casting a lot of martial artists to play the leads in this movie. Oh my God, I'm petitioning right now for Rich Ting, our buddy who played Bolo on Warrior, to play Panthro with the nunchucks and shit, because Panthro was the jacked motherfucker.
Oh, he's great. I was gonna say. Yeah.
I'm just
Rich
saying.
Ting is the guy. Rich Ting is the guy.
Rich Ting is the guy. Speaking of Richie Ting, we do the Hop This Way show. It's all over the place. We don't have a set date. This week we are doing it this upcoming Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We are doing episode 7 of Warrior Season 1, the swan song for Bolo, his last episode. Spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. But because it's his swan song, and because he's my boy, Richie Ting is going to be joining us to talk about his last episode on Warrior. And is it his last episode? We're going to talk some more about that. We might know some shit that you guys don't know. You want to find out? Tune in Tuesday. We'll post it here on Ryan's All Things Geek as well. And yeah, man, Rich is awesome. Rich is just, I'm like, Rich, I know we bug you like every week to do something for us. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm in Budapest, or I'm here. I'm filming this movie. I'm doing this. Yeah, no problem, man. I can make time. Like, Rich Ting is legit one of the most solid guys we've met in Hollywood in a long time.
He's blowing up, too. He's blowing right up.
He really is. I finally finished up season 2 this week. They better not leave us all hanging. Chad, I know. Dude, I know. Season 2, the ending. I'm going to ask you this, Chad, and I know you guys haven't seen it. Chad, what was the more mind-blowing episode for you? The final episode of season 2 or the episode right before that? Because, oh my God, I can't tell you folks how insane that last season of Warrior is. I know we talk about it. I talk about it all the time, but that's what I do, because I it's just a kick-ass show. I love shows. I'm sorry. I love shows that have good action. I love shows that have good acting, and I love shows that have good cinematography, and that has it all. And anything with a, like I said, with a great ass punch. Dude, I know, Jacob. That thing was so sad. Great show, guys. Thanks, Ron. Could Alice Eve play Chitara? Yes, she could. I love Alice Eve. She was in Star Trek, and she was in that movie with the Canadian dude, Jay Baruchel. She was in. She's out of.
Oh yeah.
She's just not that into you.
She's out of his league.
That's it. Great movie. Great movie. But everyone kind of looks at him as like he's some kind of nobody, but he's not. See what I did there, Steve?
Part owner of Chapter House.
Yes, he is.
This is the end.
Where Captain Canuck is, written by our buddy Richard Comley, and as well The Pitiful Human Lizard by Jason Liu, which I just found out we've been pronouncing wrong all this time, but because he does that on purpose, but it's actually pronounced low. So,
Wow.
I don't know which way he prefers, so I'll wait till we talk to him next time. But do anyone who's read Captain Canuck, I'm sure you love it. Do yourself a favor, though. If you're a Spider-Man fan, go read The Pitiful Human Lizard. Especially if you're Canadian like we are, most especially if you're in Toronto area, because you're gonna see Honest Edge, you're gonna see the Sky Dome, the Rogers Center, whatever. You're gonna see so many different landmarks from there, and Jason's just one of the nicest guys, because we've interviewed Jason a lot of times, and he's super, super nice and humble, and just a really, really great guy. And,
Wow.
Go check that out. I honestly think they finished the run on Pitiful Human Lizard, which is sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Blacklist thoughts. I like the Blacklist. It's a great show. But I stopped watching around season 4 or 5. For me, it was the episode with Jacob. I think that was the second last, but really, I love Larry as a character. The actor has nailed it. Yes, that's Dean Jagger on the show. Such a great guy. That character of Larry that he's talking about, who's the antagonist on the show, he's one of those guys that you hate but you love because he's doing everything for his people, but he does all the most horrendous shit in the world for his people. So you love him, but you hate him because of all the shit he does. The leader of the Irish. And he doesn't take shit from nobody. So that's the second time I'm going to drop a nobody segue.
Yeah, nobody. The Bob Odenkirk movie came out last week. It won the weekend at $6.7 million. Coming in at number 2 last weekend was Raya the Last Dragon at $3.5 million. That's a $28 million 4-week total for them. And number 3 was Tom and Jerry at $2.5 million and a $37.5 million 5-week.
Tom and Jerry.
Nice. So here's what I love is that couple things. We reported on it earlier with the Tom and Jerry thing a few weeks ago, where the Tom and Jerry movie on HBO somehow got leaked, but it was actually Justice League. So people got to watch the first 2 hours of the new Justice League movie before people actually caught it on HBO.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, no, that's a good week for everybody. You know, I'm happy for all those movies. I seen Raya. I liked Raya the Last Dragon. I thought it was a really dope movie, man. I like cartoons though. I like animated.
Record breaker.
Man. What do we got here? We got a couple. Nobody. Talk about your Toronto shout outs.
Yeah.
Like really, hell yeah. Yeah, man. Have you seen Nobody yet, Mr. Nobody? Is that what it's called, or is it just called Nobody?
Yeah, it's called Nobody. Yeah, I think there is actually a title dispute there somewhere, because when I looked it up on Google Play, when you search it, it doesn't come up like that. It comes up as I Am Nobody.
Oh, weird.
Because when I searched just Nobody, a couple other movies came up. So,
well, I don't know. But you haven't seen it yet, though?
I haven't seen it. No, the second I get a chance to, hopefully that'll be my 5-second review for next week.
Sweet, right on.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, I'm just happy that it made it to the theaters. There's a couple movies from DC's slate of movies that will not be seeing the light of day now. One of them is the Aquaman spinoff, The Trench. The second one is the highly anticipated Ava DuVernay. I'm not sure how you pronounce your last name. I apologize.
Probably not.
But the directed movie, The New Gods. Now, New Gods is where that's a Jack Kirby creation. That's where you got Darkseid from. Right there, that's Orion, actually Darkseid's son. Big story there, folks. Lots of tea to dish on that one. But yeah, unfortunately, both of those have been axed from the WP. I'm assuming it had to have to be deal with COVID restrictions and the theaters and stuff. Just they don't want to put enough money into that. I can understand them getting rid of the trench that we see here on the right because they're a nothing really character in Aquaman. They're like Piranha. That's it. There's like no big leaders. There's nothing to their story. So I could see them like just axing that story. It doesn't make sense to me anyways in the first place. But New Gods, I mean, they had a lot of money they were going to make right there, I think, honestly, especially with Ava helming it. So I don't know what you're going to do. What you going to do? That's DC for you. I'm going to piggyback on actually, I'll piggyback on that one, or you can go next.
One last story for me. Russell Crowe is going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, along with Natalie Portman, Christian Bale.
Yeah, man. This cast is like really coming together. There's some heavy hitting actors on here. Like, I mean, Russell Crowe won did he win an Oscar for A Beautiful Mind? I think he was nominated in Gladiator.
I'm not sure which one he won for, but yeah, I think he was nominated.
Gladiator won Best Picture, I know for sure. I don't know if he was nominated and lost for Best Actor, or if he was just nominated. But I'm pretty sure he won for A Beautiful Mind. What a fantastic actor. Natalie Portman, I mean, fuck, man. Ever since Leon the Professional, I've been on the Natalie Portman train. Like, she's right up there with Charlize Theron for me with some of the greatest actors on the planet. She's that good. And I don't hold her. What's that?
Black Swan was insane.
I still haven't seen Black Swan, to be honest. Oh. So there's one for Jade. If you've seen, you can give to me later.
Yeah, it's good.
Chad says they're going to start working on Flashpoint and let Snyder do it. We don't know that Snyder's going to do it. So far, I forget who's directing it, but whoever it is still attached to direct it. Don't get your hopes up that Zack Snyder's going to have anything at all to do with Flashpoint movie. They might give him his own universe just because of public outcry. And honestly, I'm not a fan of the Snyderverse, but there's so many fans and there's so much money on the table. WB's stupid not to continue that universe.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's just my own personal opinion. Like, why would you not? Here's one I'm really kind of stoked for. And maybe I'm the only one because I already said to you guys earlier today, I'm a big cartoon fan. And one of the things that I really love in cartoons that DC does is their animated movies. Like, they've kicked ass when it comes to their animated stuff. And the next one that's coming is The Long Halloween. And Jensen Ackles from Supernatural and upcoming on The Boys is going to be playing Batman, or voicing Batman, at least in this series. And he's not going to be the only one in it. The late Naya Rivera is going to be in it. She's going to be playing Catwoman. And this is The Long Halloween Part 1. She has already done all her voice recording for Part 1 and Part 2. So there's no worries about that at all. Troy Baker is going to be playing the Joker. Troy Baker's played the Joker many times in the Arkham Asylum games. He does a Mark Hamill kind of impersonation, which is great. Billy Burke is in it as James Gordon. Josh Duhamel is going to be playing Harvey Dent. And Titus Welliver is going to be Carmen Falcone. And the Polka Dot Man, David Demoshlin, is going to be playing the Calendar Man, which is going to be pretty dope, honestly. I'm excited for this. I like these animated movies. I think they do a great job on them. They toe the line of being for kids and being for adults very well, although some of them are straight up just for adults, especially like the Batman and Harley Quinn one, where I think Batman and Harley Quinn fuck. So...
So I do have an update from a story we did earlier, and that's the condition of DMX. His lawyer has confirmed that he is on life support and that it was a heart attack.
Oh, my God.
Wow. They didn't say what brought on the heart attack, though.
Did not.
So it still could be drug related. But let's all, well, either way, like who cares why even speculate about it right now? It's just kind of, wishing for the best for him, honestly.
Yeah.
Whoops. Let's see that. What's that? Bring back cars from the drugs. Ron, I'm sorry, dude. I love you, dude. But every week I have no idea what you're talking about. I love posting your comments and then trying to decipher. You're like my weekly national treasure. We're Nicolas Cage trying to figure you out. What's
Da Vinci
that?
Code.
Yeah, he's our Da Vinci Code every week. Is Ron the Da Vinci Code, and we say that with nothing but love, brother. Honestly, we do. Last post, no. Yeah, it's gonna be our whole show. We're gonna do a whole segment that's just designated. What did Ron
Figure
mean?
out what Ron is saying.
Cars, the tune. Oh, the movie. See, you're behind us a little bit. That's why we're always lost on what you're talking about. So partly our fault too.
And
A lot of that.
Right.
He's got the pen going, and so do we. So here's. Oh well, we've got a few more stories here, Steve. Do you have another story you want to tell at all, or?
Yeah, I got one more I can do.
Sure, go ahead. And then I got
Cypress Hill's 30th anniversary is coming up this year, and to celebrate that, they have a new record coming out. They have a new single that's out right now. Champion Sound is the single. And along with the 30th anniversary edition album that's going to be released, you're going to get a graphic novel called Tres Equis.
Damn.
And it's going to be about the original three coming up in the hood. Some of the shit they went through, man.
Nice. Tres Equis. I'm sorry, I just hear that and I started thinking of Dos Equis.
Right.
Right? I'm like, we got to be one more than the most interesting man in the world.
I think I'm a big Cypress Hill fan, so I think I'm definitely going to be picking this one up.
Yeah,
I've seen it a bunch of times. I've met Sen's dog.
Really? Yeah. Well, man, you've met everybody though. You get behind the scenes because he sneaks his way in everywhere. You ever see that commercial where they're in the car and they're like, "Oh, we're going to be late," and he's like, "Oh, just act normal," and they drive to the back lot and they get in and shit. That's Steve. Steve don't give a shit. What we do give a shit about, fans, stop being so fucking fanatical. We talked a little earlier about, Ahmed Best and a lot of Star Wars characters that, stepped away from the limelight or took some really rough turns because of how rough fans could be about these characters, these fictional characters that are in movies and shit. You might not like the characters. You might not even like the acting in the movies. But come on, you have to be able to separate fiction from real life. And people need to stop going after the person that's portraying these characters. Because a lot of times these actors are taking direction from a director, or they're just going by the words that are written on the list. Or on the script, you can only do what you got to do. If you don't like the shit, don't watch it. Pretty simple. Stop attacking people. And I bring this all up. You're like, well, why is he going off this time? Dudes, the new Captain America, Wyatt Russell, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn's son, has been receiving death threats over playing Captain America. And people have been hating on Wyatt since before he even did one scene. The first time they saw his picture, he started getting hate. Of course he doesn't look like Captain America because he's not the same guy. And he has no superpowers. He hasn't got the serum going through him. He's not Jack like Steve got. And folks, if you're hating the character, especially once you start watching the show and you're like, oh, I love the show, but I fucking hate that guy. You honestly love that actor. I hate to tell you. That actor is doing a fantastic job because he got you to the point where you emotionally got involved in his character. He did it so well that not only did you get emotionally involved, it blurred the fucking lines for you. Like, come on, like it's ridiculous. And to think he's a good actor. He's been in a lot of great movies and stuff. And the character he's portraying, John Walker, anyone who's read a comic knows that John Walker goes on to become the U.S. agent, and he's a bit of a douchebag. Nobody likes him either. So he's playing the character absolutely perfectly. People, get your shit together, because what the hell is wrong with you people? I just don't get it. Jordan, you're shaking your head. What are you thinking, man, when you hear this?
I mean, I didn't know that was happening, but that's insane as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't really know how I feel about the character yet. Like, he's doing a good job as an actor, but I haven't really developed like a relationship with the character yet. But I think that's madness. Like, what is wrong with these people?
Luke says it right there.
Joffrey, like he was considering giving up acting, and I think he did for a while.
Yeah, I don't think he's acted since Game of Thrones, because I remember him saying he was quitting as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, it's just messed up. How I Just Could Kill a Man. Great song.
Yourself.
Oh, like what? I don't know that song. I don't know it. And my last story of the night, second last story, if I can find it here. Knives Out. Yeah, you guys see the Knives Out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Netflix bought them in this big mega deal for what, $450 million, I think it was.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it was $450 million. And you guys know Rian Johnson, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the director of Knives Out.
Oh, okay.
Directed Looper with with Bruce Willis and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
And also directed The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, yeah.
I came to a conclusion or an epiphany, and this is just an opinion-based epiphany. This isn't fact-based. This is just my own opinion. But for me, I find that Rian Johnson is all hype. When Looper came out, everyone was like, Looper's the greatest movie you'll ever see. This is before the movie came out. All the critics, everybody's like, you have to watch this. Rian Johnson is the fucking man. This is it. And I watched Looper. It was decent, but it was just decent.
Yeah.
That was not a great fucking movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think it was good, but that was it. It was like there was parts where I almost fell asleep. I'm not gonna lie. Same thing with The Last Jedi. To me, it was very Zack Snyder-ish. It was like he hated the source material and he was going to try to adjust the tone and feel of Star Wars to fit the way he wanted it to be. And then it was another one of those ones where it felt like everyone built Rian Johnson up beforehand and like, this is going to be the best Star Wars movies ever. And they still played it that way. And and Knives Out, the exact same thing. Good movie, but as great as everyone made it out to be before it even came out. Like people gave that movie an Oscar. They're like, oh, this is going to be an Oscar winner. And I watched it and I was like, I mean, it was okay.
I haven't seen it. So
Yeah.
So
you think he's overrated?
I think Rian Johnson's I think he's overrated, but I think he's pre-overrated. Like I honestly think people give him credit on all of his movies before his movies come out. And I don't know if that's just me or what, but that's kind of how I feel when I look over his career. I don't know if he's in Korea. He may have.
you can look over. Just make sure you look over the right side.
You're right. Yeah. Looking forward to the sequel. Yeah, man. And I'm not saying that anything about that. Like I'm down for a sequel. I just don't think I don't see the hype that everybody else does especially for putting them up on this big pedestal. Oh, could just be me.
Yeah. I mean, he did direct a few episodes of Breaking Bad, so that's probably where that came from.
Oh, for sure. But you know what? No, he's no Bob Odenkirk.
No one is.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yes.
I like it. Awesome. Well, I do believe that's our last story of the night. Like we've went through them all. We've done the Kong review. We've done our Okay Boomer segment, and I was today years old when we found out about Little Richard. I mean, so much. We covered it all. Thanks, Jordan, for joining the show as you do every week. Folks, make sure you go check out the Jordan James Show, which is going to be dropping soon, right?
Yeah, man. This Tuesday, we got our previews and stuff already up on our YouTube channel. So peep us, and coming at you with some great success stories from Hollywood and beyond.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. And Wellandwingnut, thanks as usual, my brother from another mother, my Woody to my Wesley, the Dean to my Sammy.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not talking Supernatural, kids.
Oh.
Talking about Dean Martin and Sam. It's so funny because I have to say that now, right? Because
that's what I thought.
15 years of Supernatural, so people don't even think of Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. Thank you to Luke and to Ron and to everyone else. I got a dumb question. How did you get the stream to last so long? Thought it was 1 hour limit because we're that good, brother. We're that good. Thanks to everybody that joined in. Anyways, we'll see you all next time. For everybody here, I'm your boy Zeus. Peace out. What?
Clanfish.
Clanfish. Clanfish. Peace out, everybody.